As you are sitting with a little bit of height, plant your feet. Bring your elbows inside your knees. And feel all of the relationships, the isometric actions, the access to elongation, how we begin to engage extension a little bit more. From here, a little bit of rotation. You're welcome to place your hand at the floor, take it underneath to the outer leg, place it on top of your foot, but the other arm travels around and up, reaching out through the fingertips and then around and down. We'll try that one more time. And as you inhale, look to where your hand is going. Allow your neck that rotation. And release. Right away, the other side. And we have this understanding right away of this expansion of the rib cage, strong foundation. Exhale, come around and down. And inhale and lift. Beautiful. From here, feet together. And as you have feet together and as you sit nice and tall, drawing the heels close to you, come into a little bit of a fold. And as you do, think about where your elbows are. And if you can send your elbows down and out, meaning to invite this continued expansion and this release, this stretch, this hip opening. Front spine lengthens. We are not forcing anything. As you inhale, come upright, and we're going to use Baddha Konasana, this bound angle pose, for our next twist. Inhale, lift the arms, keep lifting the ribs, turn to one side, and as you hook the outer knee with the opposite arm, the other arm goes behind you. Today, if you will give your mind to the outer edges of the feet and how they bear down into the floor to continue to help lift the rib cage. And inhale and return, taking the arms up, getting long before we twist, and then hooking the other knee and opening. I think the best part of this twist comes when we focus on the breath and the expansion into the back of the rib cage. Right, inhale and lift. And this time, if you will, as you place your hands down in front of your feet, as you come a little bit deeper into this fold, just know that we are going to try this fold with a pigeon style movement, and let's get ready for it. So take the legs long at first. Let's open up the other way. Plant your hands either at your blanket, at your blocks, at the floor, and come into this table position. Open the shoulders, root the heels of the hands. Notice what you've arrived with in this first lift. And as you come back toward the floor, if you will, take one leg long. You may need to adjust your feet, but the idea is to pull through, to drive the hips up and back, and then to come in again, this time planting that foot and adding lift. Take the time, switch the long leg, begin to lower gently. We are not in a hurry. And then think opposing work, drawing in, sliding through, opening up. As you bring your feet back to that tabletop position, lower gently, and we're ready to go back to that fold. So I'm going to sit once again on my blanket, and I'm going to bring the block. It might be that you prefer 2 blocks. But as you rest one shin across, it becomes that front leg in pigeon, and the other one will just simply sit out to the side. But we're going to borrow that fold from Baddha Konasana. We're going to send the arms forward and up, and then planting the hands, find this continued lengthening of the front spine. You're welcome to use the elbow against the inner knee. Explore where you want the ankle. If it is not comfortable with the heel, with the outer ankle sitting on the block, then make the adjustment. But regardless, we're aiming to keep the knees wide away from each other. And this gives us a little bit of appreciation for external rotation for that bent knee hip. Very nice. You might be surprised that you can keep coming. We're going to keep broadening. Flexing both feet. And giving a little bit of time to this position. We know using legs in this position in several other poses, head to the knee pose, Janu Shirshasana in its revolved version, and we're going to come up and use a preparation from that pose. So if you will, take the hand to the opposite knee, the bent knee, opposite hand, and then turn. So we're just keeping that hip with that little bit more of external rotation. And then inhale and come on back. This makes for a great warm-up. Legs long, nice and wide. Hands behind you, they press down. We get to open and reach into the heels. And this is Upavista Konasana. This is a wide angle upright cone. And we understand its name, reaching into the inner heels. You can keep a micro bend of the knees if you need. We're just pausing for a place of symmetry. And then easing in the key, knees wide away from each other. Here comes the other leg. So make the adjustments with one or both blocks, and then begin to come into this fold. We recognize the top, so the side of that might be a little less willing, so we want to give it a little bit more attention. Keep your adjusting, right? Knees wide away from each other. How much of this fold? As your body quiets, continue extension of the spine. Come on in. Sitting bones even. Breath constant. And a light push. I'm using my elbow into this inner knee. Wonderful. And that same transition, we're inhaling to come up, exhaling to turn, hooking the knee, sitting tall, sitting bones even, reaching into that long leg. There are a lot of ways that we can keep finding the subtle opportunity, the subtle cues, the opportunity to grow awareness. So we'll continue with folds and twists. And connect them then to standing poses that we know, recognizing that they might feel more accessible. Inhale, come unwinding. Exhale, bring your feet together this way, please. I have a low block and it's wide. And I'm bringing my feet into this Baddha Konasana and this bound angle pose, but I'm taking the other block and I'm setting it between the soles of my feet. And then I am trying to adjust and bring my feet close, heels close to the sitting bones, and catch hold and sit nice and tall. Allow the soles of the feet to press into the block and the outer edges of the feet to press down and into the block below. How about that? On any given day, you might arrive to this preparation and decide that you just like the very simple, more traditional, classic version that we did a few minutes ago. And repeating that would be only great without the extra. Here, what you'll notice is this elongation of the inner thigh muscles, their light contraction. And we're sitting upright, drawing up. We are not folding here. When we give the legs their action, it becomes to a great deal progressive and protective. So it protects us from overdoing to cinch up these muscles that are elongating, and then to add some strength to the stretch, right? Great work. Let's continue. We are continuing to use 2 blocks, and we're going to sit now. When I turn the blocks low and stack them one over the other, I'm going to come and park my sitting bones on. And then I'm going to take the blanket out of the way. So I'll show from more than one angle that I want to come and in a heavy-handed way catch hold of the thigh and roll the muscles out. And so what I am aiming to do is to hold really close to the thigh, and my thumb and fingers get to catch hold and roll out. And this really helps with lifting the ribs and some elongation. And then similar to where we had been, I want to come and resist. And we can do more with this. We can add a fold to this twist, but if we were to leave it just right here, it would be just fine. It would be great. When you're ready, keeping this rolling out, right? Yeah. Coming into a fold and coming into a twist, coming into your back body is more accessible. Just notice. The legs are on. This feels big. The hand gets to be heavy-handed for sure. And what we access is feeling as if we have more control in creating a long, elongated spine. If your elbow is past the outer knee, then bend in the elbow. Great. It is easy to lean in. I'm asking you to stay right in the middle. Wonderful. So to draw into the back body. And this is a strong twist. Inhale and come on out. Shoo. Here we go. Other side. I am aiming to hook and turn. Turn the muscles of the upper thigh. External rotation. And then to add rotation and hook the outer leg. And we could stay here. This is a great place. We feel the effect of these leverage patterns. And as things begin to quiet, keeping the hand at the thigh very active in its job, we can fold, and therefore the rib cage is willing to a little bit more twist. It would be too easy to allow the knees to cave in. So think about where you are. And again, how it is easy to lean in, how you are coming into your back body, staying with your spine as the midline. And it would be great to just stay right here. But if the elbow is past the knee, you're welcome to bend in the elbow to really hook it, because where we are going with this is to understand how we want to keep getting the outer knee up higher onto the upper arm, right? And how the hand at the thigh is helping us makes a difference. So that we don't collapse where we should not, we keep with extension. This is a strengthening twist. The legs are on. Inhale. Exhale, firm the legs, and then inhale and come on up.
Ooh, we'll return to something similar, but for now, arms are high, we're coming up. Already we feel the effect of this elongated torso, and we are ready for standing work. That was a great warm up, everyone.